Kuldeep Yadav is a freak of nature. He always has been a freak of nature. Ever since he debuted, he and Chahal used to be the best spinners for India. Kuldeep especially, even classical bowlers like Shane Warne said that Kuldeep is probably one of the best wrist spinners I have seen in a very long time. But then after 2019, something happened. His form went down. In IPL, he couldn't perform. In international cricket, he couldn't perform. He was not getting wickets. His confidence went down. People started reading him. Everything went wrong. And then Chahal was picked over Kuldeep. But ever since the last 1.5 years, Kuldeep Yadav has made an immense comeback. Not just in T20 cricket, in ODI cricket, and now in Test cricket also. And you can see the value of Kuldeep Yadav in the side. Look at how much Kuldeep provides you as a bowler. Akshar Patel is a package bowler. He's always been someone who you cannot ignore because of what he can bring as a package with his batting capabilities and his bowling capabilities. But his bowling capabilities went below par. It's been a year which he's not been bowling that well compared to when Jadeja and Ashwin is playing. You don't see much of a difference in his bowling action, or he's not able to provide that extra spark. But with Kuldeep coming in, the bowling has completely transformed. Around Jadeja and Ashwin, Kuldeep's leg spin is something which we Indians were really missing. Because Kuldeep is one of those bowlers who can literally spin it when there is no help from the pitch. Like today. And we have seen it a lot of times in limited over cricket where the pitch is absolutely flat but Kuldeep starts getting some turn. Because he starts gripping the ball's grips on his ball's grip. And that's something which no much other bowlers can't. He's very classical, he's very traditional, and he's got that ability to do what he really wants to do. Not many people can do that. He can turn the ball both ways, can ball the googly as well as the leg spin, and he's got his variations. And ever since he's improved on his pace, whereas his previous pace was something around 75 to 80, now he's bowling consistently from 85 to 90. The 10 number itself can make a huge difference because he can start, doing so much of variations like slower balls, faster balls, ripping it up. And in fact, I think in a T20 match, he bowled something around 110 as well. So he has an extreme pace as well. So Kuldeep Yadav, you have been a freak of nature, and I'm really happy to see you come back and get those 5 wickets. So before I go forward, please do like and subscribe to this channel. I'm a new channel, so please, I would really love the support, and please do share it with your friends if you find this helpful. So let's move forward. Now, talking about the game as a whole, before I talk about the game, you can see that India have literally started dominating in Test cricket. Before this, we were winning matches, but we were winning matches in dust balls, and I have always been against of playing in dust ball pitches, because in Australia series we saw bowlers like Stephen Murphy and Matthew Kuhneman were getting a lot of wickets, whereas our bowlers were getting wickets and their bowlers were getting wickets. Here, I don't know if you saw today's match the whole day. Kuldeep, Ashwin, Jadeja are different, no turn. The pitch is doing nothing as much. Little bit here and some balls are gripping here and there. That's because of the bowler skill set. Bashir and Hartley is getting nothing because they are not actual bowlers. When you provide a dust ball, anybody, even Joe Root, can come through and get 5 wicket hauls. So these are certain things which I think Indian management have worked on and gotten better. Baseball has got buried, whether you believe it or not, whether they accept it or not. First match when they played, the kind of form, they were here and we were here. And from there, we went, every match we have gone, way step by step ahead, and they have actually sunk down. I don't think they have sunk down. They have always been in that particular level. But India has gone heads and above shoulders because every game we have improved. Look at the first game, because we were coming in with a lot of disabilities in the team, lot of holes and gaps. I feel that the first loss really helped us understand where our weakness is. Playing Akshar Patel over Kuldeep is a wrong idea, because you are trusting your batter. You're trusting your bowler to come and bat for you. That's your main purpose. Your main purpose of playing Akshar is because you don't trust your batters enough. Now that is a very flawed reason. If you want to be a champion team, you can't go with tactics like that. You need if your batters are not perfect, remove them. When we removed Pujara and Rahane, people were questioning a lot of things. People are telling a lot of things behind. I always kept the stance that India should look ahead. Pujara Rahane is great, but I think the youngsters are even better. And now we can see why. Now you can see why. Gill, I know he had a very poor run, but Gill I think he started finding his momentum, his way. He figured out a way how to play Test cricket. Before he used to play like touch play and play like Virat, tire the bowlers and then attack and then make a good amount of runs. But now I think seeing how Jaiswal is playing, Gill is someone, he is not like Virat. He's got a lot more power. He can play the big game. He's got the big shots. So when you see a stupid ball, a weak ball, a loose ball, whatever you want to call it, he starts pushing it away for a 4 or 6, and that helps him rapidly score. That triggers the bowler's mind, and now he had to do something different. He'll be bowling something loose again, here and there, wide, and that's his game. Now you can see Gill has developed a sense of game in Indian conditions especially. So I think he's a talented player. I've always talked, if you watched my previous episodes, you would understand that I'm a big fan of Gill and Jaiswal because they both are the man of the tournaments in their respected World Cups. So it's high time that we respect them and give them ample amount of chances. Zach Crawley, who's been dominating for England, he's been the best batter in England in this whole series, without a doubt. And that guy has got an average of 32. He's got an average of 32 and still nobody is questioning Zach Crawley's position in the side. But Shubman Gill's getting 19 missed calls from Jay Shah, 15 missed calls from the public. Everybody blaming him that who is better? Who do you think is better? Do you think Ranji Trophy players are as good as these players? I don't think so. The competition is not that great. You can see if you watch the Ranji Trophy games, you'll understand that the guys who are having 60, 70, 80 average are as good as international cricket's 40, 45 average. That's it. So you are talking about 45, 50 average people of first class will probably be scoring 25, 30 or even less. And Gill is a prodigy. You need to give him time. He's got the technique, he's got the power, he's got the composure, he's got the fitness, he's got the hunger. What more do you need? As a player, what more do you need? And I've been behind that, and luckily he's been providing. Like, no matter how much I speak, unless Gill provides with the bat, it is not useful enough. But now he started performing, he started providing, and you can see the results. It's changing drastically. And ever since Akshar Patel was removed and Kuldeep Yadav came in, our bowling became much better. Our bowling became a lot better. Because now we have 3 solid spinners along with Siraj and Bumrah, which makes it a very compact bowling unit. Now if you look at our batters also, since Akshar went off, our batting got compromised. Because if you look in the previous last 2-3 years, how we have survived and reached the finals is because of Rohit Sharma, Rishabh Pant, Ravindra Jadeja, Ashwin. 4 players, to be honest, literally 4 players. Rohit was your best batter, followed by Rishabh Pant, or you could go vice versa. Rishabh Pant your best batter, Rohit your second best batter. These 2 only used to perform. Apart from that, whoever, Gill not performing, Virat not performing, Pujara not performing, Rahane not performing, because everybody was in a slump altogether. People are talking about Virat not performing, his form dip, but Pujara, Rahane, everyone's form dip. And then you had Rohit performing from the top, Rishabh Pant, KL Rahul used to perform and give you some certain matches, important matches here and there, whenever he used to play. That dude's half the time injured. But you know about KL Rahul, he's not consistent at all. And then we used to have Rishabh Pant at number 6 coming and playing for you sometimes. Shreyas Iyer played a little bit, whatever time he had, he did some magic at the bottom. Our batting started after number 5. And that's how we survived. But in this series, it's all been very different. Because we are seeing our best batters are above number 5. And that's something very enjoyable for me as a cricket fan, because as a test cricket fan, batting has been miserable. And when we started playing on true pitches, that is where it aids bat, spin, fast ball, everything, in every seam, everybody gets a chance. In these pitches, Indian players are thriving. Our batters are getting more confidence, they're making more runs, when they're touring they'll be more happy, they don't have the fear of getting dropped. See, these are the things. Babar Azam became one of the best players. If you look at his records, he's played on flat tracks and he's made good runs. And that confidence, he took it and he went to some other places and he performed there. Whereas you put sand mines in Indian conditions, where here people will not be having the confidence to take on such pitches because they don't have the ability to perform there, and their runs and average are very less. And now they are sent to Australia or England to perform. Absolutely new conditions. Where do you think they'll perform? It's very hard. So I think now India have understood, stick to true pitches, stick to your bowlers, because true pitches means what? Your fast bowlers are absolutely skilled. Siraj, be it Bumrah. Siraj is not a Bumrah, but Siraj is a Siraj. Kuldeep is not an Ashwin, but Kuldeep is a Kuldeep. Jadeja means he's one in one package as well. He with the ball, with the bat, with fielding, whatever it is, you cannot leave Jadeja out. Now, leaving that aside, if you look at our batting also, I think it was a good call to drop KS, but I was actually against it. I thought that KS should have got more chance, but thank God I'm not the selector. Thank God, because that I was thinking it would be unfair, but who gives a damn about being unfair? Because look at the way how Jurel played. I know he just played 1.5 matches, so it's not a big sample size, but whatever I have seen, he's got 10 times more composure than KS Bharat. Forget his skill set. So Indian team looks very solid. Nothing much to talk about today. England was having a solid chance. They won the toss. The first 1 hour was completely lucky for England. The ball was doing bonkers. It was zipping around, especially Bumrah's one ball to Zach Crawley and to Ben Duckett. 2 balls, which were probably one of the balls of the year or ball of the century, and those kind of balls it was. But it just beat the bat and went, and unfortunate it was. So Bumrah was troubling them. Siraj was also bowling really good lines, really good lengths, was getting the ball to move around here and they're troubling the batters. But I think they beat the batters around 20-25 times. 25-26 times, something around that the stat was, in just 1 hour. So that just shows how close the competition was. And after that, the pitch got a little slow. Ben Duckett gave his wicket off. Then Ollie Pope came. Ollie Pope, just before the third last ball before lunch, he tried to whack and got out stumped by Kuldeep. Kuldeep picked the first 2 wickets. Lunch got over. After lunch, Joe Root and Zach Crawley comes in. Zach Crawley and Joe Root puts a small partnership. After that, Zach Crawley perishes again by Kuldeep Yadav, who balls on absolute beauty. You've seen that ball to Babar Azam. We have seen on replay to Joss Butler, to Babar Azam. He balls it to the off, and then it spins to the leg. So that thing is freaking crazy. That thing when I see, because he's got the drift. Mainly how he's able to get that is because he's drifting the ball in the air. He's using the movement of the air and drifting the ball in the air and pitching it. That's why the ball goes here and then moves back like this. It zigzags it. A lot of that comes from the pitch and from the air. That's why every ball he can't do them. When it's windy, he uses the wind to that effect. So that's something which Kuldeep can. That's what. That's what Jadeja has got his own skill sets. Keeps it tight, keeps it consistent. Nothing much like the same ball on repeat. And then he waits for one ball will turn, one ball will not turn, which even he won't know. Kuldeep means he's one of the he is the best leg spinner at the moment, all around, and he's a left armer as well, which makes it more difficult, 10 times more difficult than the others. And then we have Ashwin, who's a genius, who's nothing short of a genius. He has all the variations, he could do everything. Spin looks absolutely unbeatable now. Akshar Patel was a great player, and if Jadeja is not playing, Akshar is a great addition. But if Jadeja is playing, then you need a Kuldeep Yadav, which really breaks the backs of your opponent. So then Kuldeep Yadav takes Zach Crawley's wicket, and then suddenly Johnny Bairstow comes. Johnny Bairstow and Joe Root. Johnny Bairstow looks very good. His 100 test match, I kind of felt like Johnny Bairstow was he's going to go big, because he had a drop catch from Kuldeep Yadav. He actually nudged a ball towards Kuldeep and he couldn't catch it because it was not a nudge. You can't call it a nudge. He smashed the ball straight to Kuldeep Yadav, but he couldn't hold on to it. He left it, but the next over Kuldeep again got him out. So Johnny Bairstow, he's been someone who's not been looking fit. He looks very emotional. He simply wasted his review for no reason. He nicked the ball and he's acting like he didn't immediately went for it before consulting with his partner. I think Johnny Bairstow's high time to be dropped. If I think an England batter needs to be dropped for Harry Brook, it should be Johnny Bairstow. 100% no doubt, because Ollie Pope has got the game, because he probably played one of the best innings in Indian conditions. Even though he's had a miserable tournament after that, he's probably played one of the best. So he's got that potential to do something. He's young. Johnny Bairstow's not fit. He's old. He's not a handy glove keeper as well. He's not a good fielder as well anymore. He used to be, but now he can't run ever since a knee surgery. So Johnny Bairstow goes out, and then immediately after that, Kuldeep Yadav gets out by Jadeja. On 175 for 3-2, they went to 175 to 6 for 6. Suddenly they slipped so badly, and after that, Tom Hartley comes in, makes 6 runs, and again, then Ashwin is brought in because Kuldeep was been bowling for a long period. Ashwin comes in and just swallows the whole back end. Let it be Tom Hartley, Ben Foakes, Mark Wood, James Anderson, picks up the whole lot, ends everybody, sends them bye-bye, tata, good night, 218 runs, all out, back up. Now, I was thinking, dude, the pitch seems absolutely flat. I was sure that the spinners were able to get these wickets because of their skill. And we could see that when Bashir and Hartley was bowling. They were having 0-0 skill, to be honest. If you want to watch the game, no ball was breaking. There was no break. There was no turn. Nothing. Anderson and Markwood was not getting much because I kind of feel that Anderson and Markwood is your powerhouse. Anderson and Markwood were not able to get any much movement because they started bowling in the evening and the afternoon after lunch, and when the sun is out, they need that moisture is not in the air, it's not windy anymore, they're not able to move the ball as much, and suddenly we were lucky because that 25 overs we played and the ball got old. Now we made 135 runs for 1 wicket. Jaiswal looked solid. He went a little greedy, but I understand he's 22 years old. You can't expect him to be a Virat Kohli in maturity. And that's what we want. We don't want a mature player. We want someone who's hungry, who's rash, who's wild, who doesn't give two shits. Because you need players, you need a mixed bag of players in order to make the best team. You can't have all the hungry, wild, mad players. Whereas you need maturity like Rohit Sharma. I can't call him mature because he's probably one of those rash and wild players as well. But yeah, we could say Virat is a very mature player comparatively. But yeah, it's good to see that the way how Jaiswal played, the way how Gill played. Gill came and the way he didn't get bogged down. He kind of continued on the momentum of Jaiswal and Rohit. And Rohit made 50, Jaiswal made 57 runs and got out. And Gill is on 26 runs and not out. So it's probably a very, very good session for India. Probably you could say the game's 60% already in India's hand in just one day. So England has to do some wonders tomorrow to get back. If India gets a lead of 200 runs, which is I think is very possible in this pitch because nothing much has happened. If England has a chance, I think England's chance is two ways. One way is tomorrow morning is going to be a very crucial time because the pitch will be cloudy, it'll be windy. Anderson and Wood could get some movement, but the ball is a little old. You should understand that. So this is one thing, and the other thing can be if Indian batters, Padikkal and Sarfaraz, are not as mature. Jurel, all are new debutants. They could come and try to play very aggressively and get out very quickly and screw up from getting that massive lead. So because of overconfidence, because I've seen India doing that. So these are the only two ways India can collapse. Otherwise, I see India going ahead and getting big runs. Hope Gill gets a big one because he's got good runs here and there, but his average is still 33. So especially after this, you're going to play against Australia, Border Gavaskar Trophy, one of the hardest conditions to play at. You don't want to go with that kind of average, and suddenly when you have 2-3 low scores, your position's in question because your average is so low that people will start questioning you. Because when you're not performing, because you know that India has a lot of talent behind. David Padikkal is playing, Sarfaraz is playing, now Virat Kohli comes back, KL Rahul comes back, all these players coming back, and if Gill is not having the runs behind him, the average behind him, so that he has a leverage, that a sleeping pillow, that even though if he makes a few mistakes, he's got a pillow behind his back just to cushion him. So these are my observations. Apart from that, I think it's a brilliant game for India. As I said, England has two ways, and if they follow that, England can come back. Otherwise, it's a very tough comeback for England. But one good thing is the pitch will not deteriorate as much because it is in a mountain. The match is played in the mountains. There is no much sun, so the pitch deteriorates because of the high sunlight and when the sun starts beating down on the pitch and the crack starts widening and the pitch starts deteriorating and a lot of shit starts happening. But here, that thing you don't have to worry about. So these are my few observations. So with that, I would like to conclude this episode. So if you like it, please do like and subscribe again, and don't forget to share it with your friend and don't forget to even to hit the bell icon because I be producing a lot more videos. Last week was a little busy. I couldn't produce as much videos. I want to put a lot more video and content out. So there'll be a lot more videos and content coming out. So please do give your whole support, share it with your friend, and That's all I can say, and I hope you guys have a great day. The weekend is coming. I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend, and stay tuned for tomorrow, because exactly at the same time I would be coming to cover this day too. Hopefully it's an India's day. Hopefully, let's pray for it. And if it's an India day as well, I think the test series could be sealed 80% in India's favor, 80-85% in India's favor. So with that, I would like to conclude. See you guys tomorrow, and have a beautiful Shivratri tomorrow. Bye bye.